Thank you very much, and we are live at Joe Nathan Field for Stony Brook Baseball Game 2 of the doubleheader. And we are in the bottom of the first inning, and the runner goes. It was Evan Giordano. He'll move to second, and it was ball 4, so it's pretty a little foolhardy, but it doesn't really matter. So, if you're just tuning in now, thank you for tuning in. We are live from Joe Nathan Field for the start of the second game of a doubleheader between the Stony Brook Seawolves and the UMBC Retrievers. Stony Brook coming off their Game 1 3-2 win against the Retrievers after it was a 2-run 6th inning that allowed the Seawolves to take that win. And right now, there was no runs allowed by the starting pitcher for the Seawolves in Game 2, Jared Milch. In the top of the first, there was a hit allowed, and right now there's a man on first and second with nobody out, and John Tuccillo is up to bat. First pitch, it's a foul ball. Count now 0-1. As Owen Hamilton, the starting pitcher for the Retrievers, the 0-1-2 Tuccillo, swing and a miss, strike 2. Count now 0-2. Nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. So with a quick recap, the Seawolves using a 2-run bottom of the 6th inning, featuring John Tuccillo's RBI double that brought Chris Hamilton home, and Evan Fox flying out to center field that was dropped by Christian Easley, allowing those 2 runs. As the 0-2 is down low, as Ryan, the catcher, tried to get the ball over to second after Giordano nearly left second and was able to get back safely. Count is now 1-2. So Chill gets himself set up, prepare for the 1-2 throw by Hamilton. The wind up in the throw, both runners go, and it's a foul ball behind Tuccillo, 1-2. Almost a chance for a double steal, but instead, it'll just remain at the 1-2 count. With runners on first and second and nobody out in the bottom of the first inning, 2:17 right now on the East Coast. Here's the payoff throw, and the ball is grounded, and that was in the field of play, but it went off of the batter, so it'll be another foul ball. Count once again remains at 1-2. Stony Brook 16-8 overall, 12-1 in the conference, coming off of their Game 1 victory against the Retrievers. The Retrievers are now 12-9 overall, 7-9 in conference play. Owen Hamilton, the 1-2, and then he grounds it cleanly over to the shortstop, picked up by Roberts. It's a high throw over to Bellinger, goes over his head. Giordano will go to home, and Hamilton will get back over to second. And for Evan Giordano, it was a fielder's choice apparently, but Giordano goes home, and Hamilton got to second on an error. So that's how it'll go down. Another unfortunate turn of events. That type of error was how it blew the game for UMBC back in Game 1. Very unfortunate. For Tuccillo, he gets safely on first on the fielder's choice. For Hamilton, he makes it to that on the E4, apparently. It's a catching error. And the ball hits Paradine on the first pitch, and the bases are loaded with nobody out.
No left fielder, number 7, Evan Fox.
So already it's starting to become a little trouble for the Retrievers early in this game. So now Evan Fox will come up to bat. In Game 1, Evan Fox, he was the one that drove in that hit out to center field that Christian Easy was not able to pick up cleanly, which led to the run for John Tuccillo as he was able to make it all the way around home. UMBC had a good start to the game in Game 1, but this start right here, pretty much the opposite. And it's not really what Owen Hamilton imagined enough for his first appearance of the season. Or actually, this is his 7th appearance of the season, we would seem. He comes to Baltimore from the College of Marin out in Northern California, where he hit a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 19th inning to win his high school league championship back in 2017. So, Owen Hamilton will now deal with Evan Fox. We'll see if Hamilton tries to work his way out of trouble after there was already an unearned run for the Retrievers. The first pitch to Fox, he'll ground it over to the shortstop, picked up by Roberts. The throw over to second is successful. The throw over to first is not in time. A fielder's choice that allows Hamilton to get home, and with the first out in the bottom of the first, it's 2-0 Stony Brook.
John LaRocca.
So it is another fielder's choice, where this time there is an out. So 2-0, 2-zip Stony Brook. We got John LaRocca now up to bat. For John LaRocca, he was 0 of 3 in game 1. The first pitch as the runner goes, and it's a foul ball along the left side of the field. It goes out of play for 0-1. You're already starting to see a lot of stolen base attempts. The only successful so far here in the bottom of the first has come from Evan Giordano himself. Count now 0-1 for LaRocca. Pickoff attempt at first, and he is safe. You imagine for anybody that's going to be on the mound for the Retrievers today, they're going to have to keep a very close eye on those batters, the ones who are on base. The 0-1. The runner going, and it'll be Fox moving ahead to second. It'll go down as the catcher's down as defensive indifference. So man on second and third with 1 out. Pretty smart move by Evan Fox. See how this leads. The 0-2. He fouls it behind him on the left side. Count remains 0-2. Seawolves led by Matt Senk, who has been with them beyond Division I. And it's given them all-time 7 NCAA tournament appearances, 6 of them coming from the D1. 2012, the best year ever. Nobody in the nation will forget. The 0-2, and this ball flew out deeply to left field. Diaz is under it, and the catch is made. No, he loses possession of it. It's another error. It'll be an easy walk over to home by Tuchillo, as Fox will move over to third, and you get LaRocca over to second, and that's the second error for the Retrievers in this contest. Just doesn't get any more difficult for the Retrievers than this. This gets very hard every step of the way. Not what Owen Hamilton would have imagined to play today. No mound visit yet. First pitch to Paulson goes behind the pitcher, and that'll be picked up by the second. And the throw over the first is not in time as Torres left the base to try and make the catch, and because of that, Paulson's safe at first. Fox goes to home, and it's 3-0. And it's 4-0 Stony Brook. So it will be an infield base hit for John LaRocca. Fox being able to move over to third. Fox scored, actually, because that was part of the sacrifice fly in the last time up. There's the RBI single. And now, Stetten Lipner is up to bat. First pitch is a called strike. So it was LaRocca at first. Paulson, he singled before, and now they're up. Count is already 1-1. The 1-1. Fastball inside for a called strike, 1-2. About to approach the bottom of the batting order. Shows you just how effective the Seawolves have been here in the bottom of the first. What's going to be a long inning as opposed to last time. Game 1 was 7 innings, allowed Sam Turcotte to get through a complete game. And we'll see what happens with these 9 innings today. The 1-2 now, and a swing and a miss, and it is a lead, strike 3. So, out number 2.
Number 9, Johnny Decker.
So Johnny Decker, after he didn't play in game 1, will finally get his first at-bat of today. Very classic piece indeed of Johnny Decker. Johnny Decker with the man on third. Runner going. Ball is hit out deep to left center field. Right at the plate. It's easily with the catch this time, and that will retire the side. End the inning, but 4 runs scored by the Seawolves as they take an early 4-0 lead as we now head to the top of the 2nd inning. So what a fantastic start to the game for the Seawolves. So much happening. It was just a crazy turn of events to watch out for. See what everything is happening with. Tuchillo able to make it home. No. So we went through a full batting order for the Seawolves. And we'll see whether or not it's going to try and chance for UMBC to try and get back in this game, because they'll really need to get their rhythm back. So after the Retrievers practically went down in order in the top of the 1st inning to start the game, started off 2 of those 3 at-bats that Jared Milch faced, strikeouts. You can imagine that Sam Turcotte and Jared Milch are the top 2 pitchers on the team for the Seawolves, and they have been really continuing to turn head over heels in the American East.
The first baseman, number 11, Christian Torres.
Now here with 13 pitches already thrown by Jared Milch in that inning. He'll face now the top of the 2nd. We'll start off with Christian Torres. Against Torres, the first pitch, the curveball up high for ball 1. Now the 1-0 is a high fastball that goes past the glove of Paradigm for ball 2. Torres in game 1 went 0 of 2, where he got a strikeout, grounded into a double play, and forced a walk. The 2-0, the fastball upstairs for ball 3. Well, he did get a walk in game 1. We'll see if he has a chance to get another walk here in game 2. The 3-0, fastball down the middle for a called strike, 3-1. Once again, the card, no rule strikes. On 3-0, you don't usually do that. Ian Diaz broke it, but it led to a foul ball in game 1. And the 3-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Well, Christian Torres, he continues to try and play his game as he is part of that near the top of the batting order in the full count. It's grounded over to Lautner. He is able to make the throw over to Hamilton for out number 1. Very smart play by Stanton Lautner. He's able to make a clean catch and find Chris Hamilton as it goes down as a 6-3 with 1 away. Now Michael Cilio is up to bat, where he was responsible for bringing in the first run of the game in game 1 off a sacrifice fly. After that, grounded to third and walked. And the first pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Jared Milch looking good so far, the 0-1. And a curveball down the dirt for ball 1. The first inning and the third, Jared Milch has gotten 2 strikes and allowed a hit. And the 0-1 is a grounder over to second. The throw over to Hamilton in time for out number 2, a 4-3. This time it was Brett Paulson that was able to make the clean pickup and the throw over to Chris Hamilton for another out. So now you get Charlton up to bat. In game 1, Charlton was 0-3, did not get a single hit. First pitch to Charlton, the curveball in the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Charlton once again assuming the same role he did in game 1, which he was at third. The 0-1, and he grounds this one over. He lines it out over to Paulson as he makes the clean catch, and that will retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Jared Milch as he keeps the Retrievers scoreless, and we head to the bottom of the 2nd with the Seawolves still leading UMBC Retrievers 4-0. Zach Wilson giving you Stony Brook baseball action live on the longtime home of Seawolves Athletics, 90.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook. So for Sam Turcotte in game one, he had a little tough start, but 2 runs that he did allow in that game was off of sacrifice flies. So you gotta appreciate the speed of the retrievers for those who are on third base.
The third baseman,
But
number 12,
in that bottom of the 6th inning that really spelled disaster for the retrievers, really set this tone for how the Seawolves would come back and win game 1. We've seen them make those huge strides before. It's just 2:30 right now on the East Coast. We return to the top of the batting order for the Seawolves as Evan Giordano is up to bat. He singled his last time up, stole second, and made it all the way to home on the air. First pitch, check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. The first base umpire says he kept himself at bay for ball 1. Well, the first pitch in the bottom of the first for Giordano, he took an immediate swing at it, and it went to where he wanted it to. The 1-0, he grounds this one over the shortstop. Roberts picks it up. He'll take the throw over to Torres, and the catch is made for out number 1. 6-3.
The first baseman, number 3.
It's these catches that the retrievers need to work on, because if they were able to do that, we probably still would have seen a little more extra inning action for game 1. But instead, the Seawolves got that 3-2 win. So now Chris Hamilton up to bat. Got the first on an error his last time up. And the first pitch is a check swing and down the dirt. Ball 1. Love seeing how those check swings create those controversies from time to time. The 1-0, and Hamilton lifts this one deep out to right center field. Easily is under it, and he makes the catch at the warning track for out number 2. F8.
The designated hitter, number 45, John Tuchillo.
This is what Owen Hamilton was looking for as he's trying to get out of this inning much more smoothly than he did the last time. So now John Tuchillo is up to bat, who got the first on a fielder's choice his last time up. It was all part of the catching error on Belanger. Didn't play in game 1 for the Retrievers. The first pitch to Tuchillo is a curveball down low for a called strike, 0-1. John Tuchillo and Shane Paradine trading places as catchers today. The 0-1 is inside for ball 1. Tuchillo being able to drive in the game-winning run. The 1-1 in game 1 and the foul ball. So it's 1-2. John Tuchillo from Clinton Corners, New York, went to Stisling Mountain High School. Is 5'10" as a senior, part of an excellent senior class this year. The 1-2, the curve ball way inside and off the gloves of the catcher Ryan for ball 2. Owen Hamilton looking for a clean deal. He has a chance to get out of this inning with a 1-2-3. 2-2. And the ball is grounded over to shortstop. Roberts under it again. The throw over to Torres, and the catch is made, and that will end the inning. So after a disastrous first inning for Owen Hamilton, he gets through a 1-2-3 this time, retires the Seawolves in order, as we now head to the top of the 3rd inning with the Seawolves still up for nothing. Longer. who is coming up next to bat for the UMBC Retrievers, did not have a single game played in 2020, but that doesn't mean that this is official's first start. We are midway into the season, with Stony Brook looking pretty successful so far, coming off of their series win at UMass Lowell against the Riverhawks, where it did feature their first loss of the season, but Stony Brook took 3 of 4 from the Riverhawks to stay hot in conference play. They are currently 12-1 right now with a win today, sweeping UMBC in day 1 of this weekend series. It would take a 13 and would have a 13-1 conference record. Pretty big deal for Stony Brook, and they're looking to try and shape their way through. They're pretty close to being able to win this, close to having a good look to try and host the American East playoffs. Hard to tell whether or not they've ever had the opportunity to do that. It's always been predetermined campus sites. The last time the American East tournament was played, it was at Binghamton. Stony Brook won the American East tournament and went to the NCAA tournament back in 2019. So, Luke Bellinger to start off the top of the third for the Retrievers. Jared Milch up at the mound. The first pitch is the curveball on the outside corner for ball 1. Luke Bellinger this season, he's averaging .293 as the 1-0 now turns into a 2-0. Bellinger responsible for being able to get 12 hits and 9 runs, 6 RBIs, and 1 home run this year. The 2-0. He fouls this one out of the way to right field. Is there a chance for Chris Hamilton? No, it's just across the fence. 2-1 is the count. There's always be these chances to try and make these catches whenever it's in foul territory. There's a chance for Chris Hamilton to make that catch too, but you just have to watch as it went ahead of the fence, right to the bleachers of where the fans are. The count's down 2-1 to the pitch. It's a curveball way inside in the dirt for ball 3. Here's a 3-1. Fastball way inside, and it's ball 4. So Bellinger, in his first at-bat of the day, will draw a walk.
The designated hitter, number 12, Adam Schwartz.
And today's designated hitter for the Retrievers is Schwartz. Adam Schwartz. He averages .290 this year with 2 home runs, getting 10 RBIs and 11 runs. First pitch to Bellinger is a fastball down low for ball 1. Jared Mills looking to try and work his way through. He made the opening day start against Sacred Heart. The 1-0, curveball inside for a called strike, 1-1. Coach Tots 4 1/3 scoreless innings in a no decision, where the Seawolves did get 1 run that proved to be the difference, winning 1-0 back on February 26. Now the 1-1, the fastball down the middle for a called strike, 1-2. Other success that Milch has seen this season, tossed a career-high 7 scoreless innings back on April 2nd against the Hartford Hawks. The 1-2, the curveball that is grounded and picked up cleanly by Milch. He'll have to throw it over to first, and the catch is made by Hamilton, and it will go down as the fielder's choice, as Schwartz is called out at first. 1 away.
The catcher, number 39, Jack Ryan.
So Jack Ryan is now up to bat. For Jack Ryan, he was also at the bottom in the batting order back in game 1, where he was 1 of 3. He got a base hit in his first at-bat back a few hours ago to start the game. See what he does right here with one down, and Bellinger at second. First pitch, the curveball, a nasty swing and a miss, strike 1. That turned out to be a nasty breaking ball for Jared Milch to try and work his way against Jack Ryan. 2:38 right now on the East Coast. Stony Brook up 4-0 in the top of the third. The 0-1, the fastball in the outside corner for a called strike, 0-2. For Jared Milch's last time out, April 9th, against the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. Looking at second, the 0-2, swing and a miss, and no, he did get a piece of it, so it's a foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Probably the best case scenario right It was a swing and a miss. That ball went off of Paradine's glove, and that would have allowed Ryan to move over to first and allowed Ballinger to move over to second. For Jared Milch on April 9th, when he helped the Seawolves defeat UMSO, he got through 4 2/3 of an inning, allowing 4 hits and a run. The 0-2, check swing, did he go around? He did. And that's strike 3 called for a strikeout. That's the 3rd strikeout for Jared Milch.
You always need help.
It's quite a hard call to make right there. Can't tell whether or not there may be some commotion between the UMBC dugout and the home base umpire with that call. So, we return to the top of the batting order now as Christian Easley will come up to bat. He also struck out his last time up. He was looking for a way to try and bring Ballinger from second all the way to home. Base hit could do it. And the first pitch is a curveball down the middle for a called strike. 0-1. Jared Mills trying to keep up his composure in the first 3 innings. The 0-1. The fastball down low in the inside corner for ball 1. This is Jared Mills' 7th game of the year, and he has posted a 2-1 record so far. The 1-1, the ball is grounded and is fouled along the left field line for 1-2. Same pitch count as the last at-bat for Easley when he struck out against Jared Milch. He had 4 strikeouts to get runner going. The ball is grounded along the third base line, and they'll let that be if it goes across the left field line, so it'll be a foul ball. That was very smart. Evan Giordano may have been the closest, or practically Jared Milch, but they saw that the ball was just about to go over the left field line, and so there's no chance for Easley to go over the first. Now, of course, Ballinger to move back over to second. The count remains 1-2. That's a fine IQ play by a baseball player if you want to ever make it in the pros. The 1-2 now to Easley, and the fastball inside corner for ball 2. Could have gone either way. Stony Brook dugout kind of a little dismayed. That wasn't a strike. But that was probably enough for the inside corner, so that was outside the strike zone. Count now 2-2. The windup and the throw. And the ball is hit hard deep into the left field, and that's going to fall for an extra base hit. It goes off the wall. Ballinger will move over to home, and it will allow Easley to make it RBI double. UMBC finally gets on the board for the first time today.
The shortstop, number 13.
Big hit made by Christian Easty as he's able to start working things open for the Retrievers. They will not go scoreless against Jared Milch today. So, that will have Roberts come back up to bat. Drew Roberts up to bat. We'll see what he does after he singles his last time up. It was caught stealing by Paradine. The first pitch is the curveball inside for a called strike. 0-1. It's going to be a big battle of the sun. We saw some clouds to start off game 1, but with sun, we're seeing a lot better of warmer weather here. The 0-1 runner going. The foul ball behind. Roberts will force Easley back to second. 0-2. We saw how early it was when Stony Brook started to work on some stolen base attempts. One was successful thanks to Evan Giordano. We'll see that UMBC tries to do the same thing as they work to get themselves back in this game. It's 4-1 Stony Brook in the top of the third. The 0-2. And the ball is grounded over to shortstop. It's picked up by Leutner. He'll get the throw over to Hamilton, but it goes way over his head. And the error, the throw over to Paradine, and Paradine could not make the catch. And it goes over him, and we have that huge error, 2 of them, that moves Roberts all the way over to third. Paradine looked like he fell over easily. For Leutner, that was just way too high of a catch for Hamilton to make. And that allows another run. 2 errors on that play. So now it's 4-2 Stony Brook. And the first pitch, a curveball in the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Down low to fastball, 1-1. So for Roberts, he made it to first on E3, then moved to third on E2. Easily making it home on the E3. The 1-1, fastball down low again for ball 2. Here's a 2-1. He fouls this ball away alongside the Stony Brook dugout. Count now 2-2. Here's a 2-2. The ball is grounded. This time Mills picks it up cleanly, and he'll take a gingerly throw over to Hamilton. That'll take out Diaz, and that will retire the side. But errors and hits allowed 2 runs for the Retrievers. Stony Brook's lead cut in half. They now lead 4-2 as we head to the top. As we now head to the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to Stony Brook Baseball live on a long-time home of Seaworth Athletics, 9.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook live from Joe Nathan Field.
Leading off for the Seawolves, the catcher number 5, Shane Paradise.
So now we head to the bottom of the third inning. Stony Brook was up 4-0, but their lead cut in half off of hits and errors that UMBC has forced. So now, it's Shane Paradine up to bat. Was hit by a pitch his last time up. See if he can actually get something other than it this time. First pitch to Paradine from Hamilton. A fastball inside for a called strike, 0-1. Shane Paradine was designated hitter in game 1. Now he's a catcher here in game 2, and he grounds to 0-1 over the third. It's picked up and throw over the first for an easy out. Charlton finding Torres on the 5-3. And now Evan Fox is up to bat. He got to first on a fielder's choice his last time up. He's looking to try and get an actual hit here. From on Hamilton, the first pitch. The curveball down low for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1, he grounds it over the third. That's going to fall for a base hit as it gets past Charlton. And with that, Evan Fox will move over to second to throw not in time, and it will go down as a double. Evan Fox able to wheel and deal by being able to have that ball get just past Charlton. Now we have a runner on second with 1 out. And now bring up John LaRocca at the bat. John LaRocca, who got a base hit his last time up. Here's the first pitch. Fastball in the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Lambert with a chance here. They can respond to the 2-run top of the third inning that the Retrievers just had. Looking at a pickoff attempt, and Fox is able to make it to safe at second. Roberts at the last second, he was able to make it to second first, but you need to have the ball in your hands, in your glove actually, to try and tag out the runner. He could not do it against Fox, just too fast. Count 0-1 to LaRocca. Here's the pitch, and he bunts it. It goes out of play. It's a foul ball. 0-2. So unfortunately, you can't try that again unless, otherwise, if it does go for another bunt foul, that's it. You're out. Counts 0-2 with 1 out. And the Paradine grounded out to third to start off the bottom of the third inning. 4-2 Stony Brook, 2:49 on the East Coast. The 0-2. Fastball in the outside corner for ball 1. LaRocca being patient, as is Owen Hamilton. Here's the 1-2. He fouls it away along the net, just to the left end of the Retrievers' dugout. Count stays 1-2. Can't imagine what would have happened if that would have had a chance to go inside the Retrievers' dugout. Retrievers would have to brace for impact. Brett Paulson is up on deck after LaRocca. Fox still at second with one out. Here's the pitch, and the ball is hit deep into left field. It's going deep. Diaz trying to go under it, and that is fouled. It just was across the left side of the left field line. And once again, the count stays at 1-2. If it was a base hit, I think Fox would have probably had a chance to go home. But there's no telling where he was in that position. Can't tell whether or not if it was going to be an out, then he would have had to move back to second. If he was out long enough, he could have had a chance to go all the way home and try and test Diaz's arm strength. Rocker will try this again, as will Owen Hamilton. Stony Brook still up 4-2 in the bottom of the third. The 1-2, the curveball in the outside corner is ball 2. Stony Brook did look successful in the bottom of the first inning against Owen Hamilton when he looked like he may have had some trouble. It did call for an early mound visit, but afterwards he seemed to have gotten himself out of trouble for the time being. Counts now 2-2. The payoff throw. Fastball got him looking. Rocca was frozen by that, and that will strike him out for out number 2.
Second baseman, number 14, Brett Paulson.
He got up down the bat. Number 14 is Brett Paulson. He singled on his last time up. Look to try and get another base hit that could potentially bring in Fox. Stony Brook Seawolves don't want to leave Fox stranded. The rookie standout, the first pitch to Paulson, is on the fastball inside for ball 1. We're going to see this as probably a long game. Game 1 had 7 innings. This game will have 9, and we are at the bottom of the third. We almost gotten through a third of it. Oh, and Fox, he tried to steal. He could not get to second back in time, and he is caught stealing. And that will already end the inning. That will prevent the Seawolves from getting a run. It will leave Fox stranded at second. As we now head to the top of the 4th inning, Stony Brook up 4-2. You're listening to Stony Brook Baseball Live with a long-time home of Seawolves at place. Great for one of WUSB Stony Brook. Back to Matt in the studio for a quick game break.
And back in the studios of WUSB, Matt Mankiewicz here. And let's get you up to date on some things here. Taking a look at the America East Conference right now, and we do have lots of things going on a typical spring Saturday. In particular, you got some baseball. Albany beat UMass Lowell in their first game, 18-4. Binghamton snuck by NJIT 1-0. Of course, as you know, earlier today, Stony Brook beat UMBC in the opener of this doubleheader by a score of 3-2. Hartford and Maine, and the second game for NJIT and Binghamton, both underway, and we'll get you the latest on those in just a few on the next break, I'm sure, on the next inning. But also, we want to take a look at what's also going on in lacrosse. And men's lacrosse, of course, as you know, the Stony Brook Seawolves did what they had to do, beat Binghamton by a score of 22-8 last night, or yesterday afternoon, I should say. Today, on the other hand, you've got UMass Lowell and UMBC and NJIT and Hartford. And taking a quick look, actually, we're not going to have time for that because we do have to send it back to Zach.
Thank you very much, Matt. Thanks, Matt. And we're back here at the top of the 4th inning with Stony Brook up 4-2. Christian Torres at the bat. The first pitch was ball 1. Now they're 1-0. It's swing and a miss. Strike 1. Count is now 1-1. Torres grounded to shortstop on his last time up. And after the Retrievers had a big inning last before, as the 1-1 is a curveball down the middle for a called strike. Count is 1-2. Jared Milch dealing with some fast pitches. Quickly going ahead. Here's the 1-2, and the fastball down low in the dirt for ball 2. Torres, as I said, grounded out to shortstop on his last time up, working his way to try and deal. Here's Milch now with the 2-2. And the foul ball, almost a swing and a miss, and it may have gotten a piece of Paradigm, but he is all right. Looked like it could have been a foul tip, but Paradigm had a chance to make the catch. The count remains 2-2. 2:55 right now on the East Coast. Stony Brook leading UMBC 4-2. Nobody's on base at 2-2, and the ball is fouled behind us. Count remains 2-2. Could have had a chance to hit me, but the fence and the ropes keep it from happening. Jared Milch is going quick. Another 2-2, and this ball is fouled along the left field line. Torres is really trying to deal with as much as he can lately. He's trying to put that type of pressure onto Jared Milch. Here's 2-2 again, and this one's a curveball in the outside corner for ball 3. Count now full. UMBC needed that 2-run inning in the third to try and get back in this game. Able to cut the deficit to half. Now the full count. Fastball up high for ball 4. And Torres will move to first on the walk.
The right fielder, number 10, Michael Cilio.
Cilio up to bat. Number 5 batter grounded to second on his last time out. Paulson being able to make that clean catch before. See what Jared Milch tries to do here. The first pitch is a fastball outside for ball 1. Fevers are starting to put a little pressure on Milch. Looks like probably going to allow UMBC to get back in this game after they trailed early 4-0. 1-0. Fastball up high for ball 2. Paradigm going quickly to the mound to talk over things with Jared Milch. Well, Retrievers usually rely on Ian Diaz, who has been one of their best hitters this year, averaging over 400. But he is 0-2 so far today, striking out and grounded to Milch before. And for Diaz, when he played in game 1, wasn't exactly big, as you would say. He was 1 of 2 when he walked over the first in his first at-bat, stole second. Then in his second at-bat, made a single, a base hit. Then his third at-bat, what was his final at-bat of the game, which was struck out by Sam Turcotte. So after a quick mound visit, Milch will once again work against Cilio. Milch already behind 2-0 with the man on first. The pitch and the fastball down the middle for a called strike, 2-1. So probably what Milch was looking for out of that quick mound visit. Throwing quick pitches lately. Here's the 2-1. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Hopefully this will reinvigorate his confidence as he wants to keep Stony Brook ahead. Long baseball game here in the top of the 4th inning. Now the 2-2. The ball is hit swiftly into right center field, deep into right field. Under it, making the catch was Decker, and that will be the first out. So either way, Johnny Decker is still able to get that out that he wanted, and now it brings us to Charlton, who lined out to Paulson his last time up. For Cilio, that'll go down as an F9. Jared Milch looking to work his way through this inning, too. First pitch to Charlton. The curveball, nasty looking, but way inside for ball 1. Milch trying to keep himself steady at the mound. Looking at a pickoff attempt, he threw over to Hamilton at first, but not able to get out Torres. He'll once again put his focus on Charlton. Here's the 1-0. Fastball inside for ball 2. Now the 2-0 pitch. This This ball is grounded over to second. Paulson picks it up, goes over to Lettner. He gets his own over to first to Hamilton in time, and it is a 6-4-6-3 double play to retire the side. After giving up a walk to side. At the top of the fourth, Milch works his way out of what was almost looking like trouble. No runs, no hits. It's still 4-2 Stony Brook. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Seawolves up leading Retrievers. It's 3 o'clock now on the East Coast, top of the hour. Zach Wilson giving you Stony Brook baseball action live on 90.1 FM. WUSB Stony Brook. Back to Matt in the studio for another game break.
And there you go, Zach Wilson, Matt Mankiewicz in the studios at WUSB. Let's get you up to date on a whole bunch of things, and I say a whole bunch. First off, well, one thing we do know, that the women's lacrosse team is idle this weekend thanks to the postponement of the Binghamton game yesterday. Of course, the men did play Binghamton and beat them 22-8. That we know. We also know that today UMBC and Vermont went at it. UMBC won that game 11-8. Sunday, you got New Hampshire and Hartford, and UAlbany and UMass Lowell. Continuing on, the UMBC Retrievers beat UMass Lowell 12-7 in a men's lacrosse matchup, and Hartford leads NJIT by a score of 14-9. Actually, that's now in the books. It's a final. Okay, continuing on, we have Hartford and Maine in baseball, top 7. Maine leads 11-0. And in the bottom is the second game, the NJIT Highlanders, former name of the New York Yankees, by the way, and the Binghamton Bearcats are scoreless. So, we'll have softball for you on the next break. Of course, Stony Brook Seton Hall, that was canceled, but we do have other games. We'll send it back.
Thank you, Matt. And we return now to the bottom of the fourth inning where Brett Paulson is up to bat. In his last at-bat, he has teammate Evan Fox caught stealing. And the first pitch is a deep ball out to left center field. Right at the warning track is easily under it, making the catch for out number 1. Paulson putting some good power on that one, but Christian easily able to get his eyes under it, and with no sun to beat out, it was an easy out. Go down as F8. So now Stanton Luthner will come up to bat after he struck out his last time up. Luthner got things going in Game 1 by being able to put up a game-tying home run early in Game 1. The first pitch is a line out to left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Diaz will pick it up. Luthner taking a crack over to second, and the throw is not in time. He is safe. Luthner was taking a real big devil's move, and he is called safe by the second base umpire. Some little hustle for Luthner. He's really put everything he had into that. May as well say that that was a base hit, advancing to second on the throw. And with here, there's no way to check out whether or not he was safe or not. So Luthner is safe at second with 1 out, and Johnny Decker to come up to bat. Flew out to center field his last time up. May as well say that it was indeed an AT. You could probably say it. Or if you want to say it's a double, very well then. So, Stony Brook once again in scoring position.
The right fielder, number 9.
And after a little conversation, action will resume. Johnny Decker, who didn't have a game played in Game 1, will finally get his turn, after his role at right field was taken by Cole Durkin in Game 1. With Hamilton to deal the first pitch. Check swing did not go around. The curveball down low. It's ball 1. Evan Giordano up next to bat. Here's the 1-0. The fastball down the middle for a called strike. 1-1. Stony Brook after this, they have a home-and-home series next weekend with the NJIT Highlanders. Next Saturday, they host NJIT. Next Sunday, they go to NJIT. When they're going, 1-1. The throw over to third, too high. It goes past the third baseman. Luthner will go over to score. No throw to the plate, and it's too late. Luthner gets home, and it's a run on the error. It goes down as an E5 as Stanton Luthner makes it 5-2 Stony Brook. Stony Brook with 5 runs already in the first 4 innings after they had 3 in 7 innings in Game 1. Talk about how your offense in the bottom of the first inning to kick things off works out well for you. The 2-1. It's 3-1 now. Yep, so definitely an E5 for Stanton Lutheran. That's how he gets home. Now the 3-1, and they'll ground this one. And Decker grounds it, a foul ball along the left field line. Count now full. These errors have really been piling on for both teams today. This is why it's the score right now, 5-2 Stony Brook. The full count pitch, curveball inside, got him looking for a called strike, and that will be Owen Hamilton's third strikeout of this contest. That will bring us to the top of the batting order for the Sequels. Evan Giordano back up to back, grounded to shortstop his last time up. Giordano gets himself set up. One of the top hitters on the team and in the conference. The first pitch to Giordano, a fastball down low for ball 1. Third at bat for Giordano today. It's almost part of that help that allowed the Seawolves to win game 1. The 1-0, the fastball down the middle. This one was a little higher this time than the last pitch, and that's a called strike, 1-1. Giordano in game 1, he was 0 of 2, walked in his second at bat. The 1-1 goes behind him on the foul ball, 1-2. Remember, Giordano has yet to get a base hit in this game. He grounded out to third and fouled out to first in those other 2 at-bats back in game 1. The 1-2, and it hits Giordano in the legs, and it'll allow him to go to first.
The first baseman,
His second trip to first base today, after his first at-bat early in this game, was a base hit, where he stole second and made all the way to home on an error. So now Chris Hamilton up to bat. Chris Hamilton was able to drive in a run from John Tuccillo in game 1 in that bottom of the 6th inning. That was a game-tying run eventually. Hamilton flew out to center his last time up. First pitch, the fastball outside for ball 1. Giordano at first with nobody out. John Tuccillo up at deck. First, the 1-0. The fastball up high for ball 2. Pickoff attempt at first, and this one doesn't go. It worked before in the last inning for the Retrievers when Evan Fox was caught stealing. We've seen a lot of these pickoff attempts. We've seen the Seawolves and Retrievers trading stolen base attempts. The 2-0 runner going. Giordano making it to second. He does not make it in time. He was too slow to make it to second, and that allowed Roberts to catch him, and that will retire the side. But a run cashed in by the Seawolves off of an error now pushes their lead up to 3. They lead 5-2 now as we head to the top of the 5th inning here at Joe Nathan Field. Stony Brook Baseball action live on 9.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook, longtime All Seawolves Athletics. Zach Wilson giving you all the action. Back to Matt in the studio for another game break.
And back in the studios of WUSB, Matt Mankiewicz here. And here's some more scores and the latest. Of course, as we were saying, nothing from Seton Hall and Stony Brook in softball because that game was canceled. It would have been taking place on the other field directly behind Zach. But what we do have is in the bottom of the 7th, Albany and UMBC. UMBC leads that one by a score of 9-4. Continuing on, as we take a look also at Major League Baseball and the Yankees in action right now against the Rays, down against the Rays in the bottom of the 6th by a score of 3-1. Nationals lead the Diamondbacks 4-1 in the top of the 6th. Top 4, the Toronto Blue Jays lead the Kansas City Royals by a score of 2-0. And games coming up, Toronto KC, that one, the second game, that gets started at 6:10. Oh, by the way, at the end of 2, the Cubs lead the Braves by a score of 2-0. Also, the Mets are in Colorado for a doubleheader starting at 5:10. Let's send it back.
Thanks, Matt. So we now head to the 5th inning here at Joe Nathan Field. The Seawolves lead the Retrievers 5-2, 3:09 right now on the East Coast. Luke Bellinger up to bat now against Jared Milch. Walked his last time up, made it all the way to home. First pitch for Bellinger is a fastball down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. For Luke Bellinger, he did not get any playing action last year despite a shortened COVID season. The 0-1, a swing and a miss, and he throws the bat away that hits the net. We've seen a lot of throwing bats in the pros and in college, but we have probably not really seen that much here at Joe Nathan Field. How crazy is that? It was a swing on that one, so the count is now 0-2. Jared Mills now the 0-2. Fastball down the middle for a called strike. That will strike out Bellinger for the first out. Jared Mills is really giving himself quite the look. He is trying to prove himself to be one of the top batters in the starting rotation for the Seawolves this season. He's now up to 4 strikeouts on the day. And now we head to Adam Schwartz, who got out on the field as choice last time up. The first pitch is a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Jared Mills quickly dealing the 0-1. Schwartz fouls it away out to University Field. It goes along the left side of University Field. 0-2 is a count. These battles with the swings, they've been leading to hits, 7 combined and 7 runs to 2. The 0-2, fastball down the dirt for ball 1. It almost looked like something that Schwartz or Bellinger was thinking about doing, but this time Schwartz holds himself back. They even seemed like he was hesitating at that second. The 0-2, another fastball down the dirt, ball 2. All the type of dirt that you see is all the colors that you also see. Looking reddish brown where the dirt usually is. It's all turf here at Joe Nathan Field. And now the 2-2. He fouls this one away. It's going to be actually flying out to right field, and Decker is under that to make the catch for out number 2. F9.
The catcher,
with the clouds.
Jack Ryan.
Makes the ball hard to see in the air, but for Decker, it was no problem at all. With no shadows or sunshine battling him, he was able to see the ball cleanly. 2 away now. Now you got Luke Ryan up to bat. Jake Ryan, who struck out his last time up, the first pitch. Down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. Jack Ryan trying to play his game, the 0-1. The fastball down low for a called strike, 0-2. Almost hit the dirt. It looked like the umpire saw that, well, staying inside the strike zone. It can go down the dirt as long as it's in the strike zone. The 0-2, a high fastball for ball 1. Jack Ryan only played in 4 games last year in the shortened 2020 season. The 1-2, the curveball inside for ball 2. And the Stony Brook dugout thought they had a strike right there for Jared Milch. And Ryan, he played 4 games last year, went 104 from the plate with a .250 average. His lone hit coming against Charlotte, and the 1-2 is fouled away behind Ryan. Count remains 2-2. That game against Charlotte was February 22nd, 2020. He's trying to get a lot more games after this, of course. The 2-2, and he fouls this one, and it goes along the left field line. Paradigm thought that there was a chance to pick that up and try and get Ryan out, but count remains 2-2. UMBC coming off of a conference series win last weekend against the Hartford Hawks. 2 combined hits for Ryan over that weekend. The 2-2 here, and the ground out over to third, picked up by Giordano. Will take a throw over to Hamilton in the dirt, but the catch made by Hamilton, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Jared Milch as he keeps the Seawolves up 5-2. We now head to the bottom of the 5th here at Joe Nathan Field. Zach Wilson on the call, giving you Stony Brook baseball action live on 90.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook. Back to Matt in the studio for Go for another game break.
And back in the studios, WSB, Matt Mankiewicz here. Let's get you up to date on the action yet again. As we said, at the end of 6 right now, the Yankees trail the Tampa Bay Rays 3-1. The Nationals lead the Diamondbacks by a score of 4-2, and the Blue Jays up 2-0 on the Kansas City Royals in the bottom of the 4th. Cubs lead the Braves 2-0 at Wrigley Field in the top of the 3rd. There will be a second game between the Blue Jays and the Royals starting at 6:10. St. Louis at Philly at 4:05. The Red Sox host the White Sox at 4:05 as well. The Athletics take on the Tigers at 4:07. Cincinnati Reds have the Cleveland Indians, the cross-state rivals, at 4:10. And also the Mets are in Colorado for a doubleheader to make up for the snowed-out game the other day. That's starting at 5:10, and Game 2 follows immediately. As the colleges don't even do that anymore. They have a 7 and a 9, but in Major League Baseball, you now have 2 7-inning games for doubleheaders. San Francisco and Miami at 6:10. The Orioles take on the Rangers at 7:05. Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, Dodgers, and Padres. Twins and Angels, and Astros and Mariners round out the schedule. Back to Zach.
Thanks, Matt. So we now head to the halfway point of this game between the Seawolves and the Retrievers. Stony Brook maintaining their 5-2 lead. They're now batting here in the bottom of the 5th. Chris Hamilton is up to bat. After his teammate Evan Giordano was to second his last time up. Hamilton will try again the at-bat. And the first pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Away along the left field line for 0-2. Count now 0-2. Here's the pitch. The fastball on the outside corner for ball 1. Owen Hamilton has been looking pretty good after he gave up a 4 spot in the bottom of the first. The 1-2, and the ball is fouled away. Once again goes outside Joe Nathan Field. He almost had a fan who almost made the catch. Count is still 1-2. Here's the 1-2. And a swing and a miss, strike 3 is called. And Owen Hamilton retires Hamilton for the first out.
The designated hitter.
So now John Tuccillo is up to bat after he grounded out to shortstop on his last time up. John Tuccillo and Shane Paradine switching roles today. In Game 1, John Tuccillo was the catcher. Right now, he is the designated hitter. The senior from Clinton Corners, New York, majoring in business management. He opened the season with an 11-game hitting streak. And the first pitch hits Paradine. And that's the second and he's the second Seawolf here in Game 2 to get hit by a pitch.
Shane Paradine.
So now Shane Paradine is up to bat. Paradine was also hit by a pitch off of Owen Hamilton. So both the Seawolves who play catcher usually are the ones to be hit by the pitch early on in this game. It's unfortunate for Owen Hamilton because it looks like the last few innings he was looking sharp, but here this may start to get out of his hands. First pitch to Paradine, and he flies this one out. It's going to be popped up over to shortstop. Clouds won't give any problems for the player at shortstop, which was Roberts, to make the catch.
Fielder, number 7, Evan.
It'll go down as a P6. So now Evan Fox is up to bat with 2 outs. See if Evan Fox has any chance to bring it to Tuccillo around the bases. Fox doubled his last time up, but was caught stealing and could not make it back to second after he got a little too anxious. Pickoff attempt over to Tuccillo at first does not work. Evan Fox has been shining as one of the elite rookies in conference play so far this season. First pitch to Fox, hits him too. And again, Owen Hamilton hits a batter. And now move Fox over the first and Tuccillo over the second.
The center fielder, number 4, John LaRocca.
There is a chance for Hamilton to get out of this inning, but this just doesn't get any more crazier with the hits than being hit by a pitcher. So now John LaRocca is up to bat. It's one of 2 so far today. Struck out his last time up. Has a chance to bring Tuccillo home here at this at bat. The first pitch to LaRocca, a swing and a miss for strike 1. John LaRocca in his first season with the Seawolves after he comes from New York Tech. He's a grad student, and he's from Plainview, New York, went to St. Dominic High School. Here's the 0-1. It's another swing and a miss in the dirt. Ball, strike 2. As a grad student this year, LaRocca responsible for winning American East Player of the Week back in March 1st when delivering a game-winning RBI double in his 6th inning in his debut for the Seawolves in that 1-0 win against the Sacred Heart Pioneers. Hamilton looking to deal. Here's the 0-2. Runner's going and is fouled away. Out of play, right near Circle Road. More about John LaRocca. He went combined 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs in that doubleheader sweep back on February 26. Produced a leadoff triple in the bottom of the 9th and scored the game-tying 10-inning win in Game 2 against Hartford back on April 3rd. There's another pickoff attempt by Owen Hamilton over to second, trying to get out to Chillo, but Roberts was not there quick enough to try and make an attempt. Count 2, runners at first and second. Here's a hit, and it is fouled behind LaRocca again. At New York Tech, LaRocca went for a combined 352, 90 for 256, with 7 home runs, 55 RBIs, and 17 steals in 20 attempts. He helped the Bears to the Division II College World Series back in 2019, despite battling juvenile diabetes that he was diagnosed with at the end of that season. Here's the 0-2, and the fastball outside for ball 1. So it's been quite the road for LaRocca. But even so, he even made Sports Center top 10. The leaping catch at the right center wall in the East Coast Conference playoffs back in May of 2019, depriving his opponent Bridgeport of a 2-run homer. And another pickoff attempt, and Tuchillo is safe. Roberts timed it perfectly, but this time Tuchillo was faster than Fox was the last time he was at second. So a close one there, as that does not end the inning yet. LaRocca still with a chance to try and bring home Tuchillo so he get a base hit. The 1-2 from Hamilton, and he grounds this one over the shortstop, picked up by Roberts. He'll take the throw over the first and hits in time. Tuchillo nearly caught. He has to go back, and he is caught. He went too far thinking that there was a chance to go home, but it is a base hit, but Tuchillo is called out, advancing on the throw, and that will end the inning. So no runs for the Seawolves. They still lead the UMBC Retrievers 5-2. We now head to the 6th inning here at Joe Lansing Field. We'll step aside for a second. Zach Wilson giving you Stony Brook baseball action live on 9.1 FM WUSB Stony Brook.
And back in the studios of WUSB, Matt Mankiewicz here. Let's get you up to date on as much as we can. Well, I covered Major League Baseball. I'm going to do it again because I do want everybody to remember that the Yankees are still losing to the Rays. Top of the 7th, down 3-1. And also, the Mets take on the Colorado Rockies on the road with the snow cleared in a doubleheader starting at 5:10 earlier or later on this afternoon. Continuing on, Diamondbacks still lead actually trail the Nationals at the end of 6, 4-2. The Blue Jays lead the Royals 3-0 top 5, and the Cubs are up on the Atlanta Braves by a score of 3-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Continuing on, we of course have NHL action going on later on, and actually one game just getting underway. The Pittsburgh Penguins and Buffalo Sabres, no score as they drop the puck. 4 o'clock, Ottawa, Montreal, St. Louis, Arizona, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Nashville, Carolina, Florida, Tampa Bay, Chicago, Detroit, San Jose, Minnesota, Columbus, Dallas, and earlier today, the Rangers beat the Devils by a score of 6-3, and the Capitals beat the Flyers 6-3 as well. NBA on the next break. Let's send it back.
Thank you, Matt. And the first pitch over to Christian Easley here in the top of the 2nd inning. It's a swing and a miss for a called strike. So we now head to the top of the 6th inning, and the 0-1 is a line drive over to left field that will fall for a base hit. So Christian Beasley getting his 2nd hit here in this contest, makes his way over to first with nobody out.
13, Drew Roberts.
Christian Easley looking to get a crack at those swings. You could say he was 1 of 2 in that at-bat for that. So now Drew Roberts is up to bat. Made it to first his last time up on error. Got him all the way to 3rd after that. It was a throwing error and another throwing error on Chris Hamilton and Shane Paradine. Roberts now moving over to the home plate. UMBC down 5-2. So with a chance to get back in this game. Trying to work their way against Jared Milch. The first pitch, a bunt attempt. And it did get a piece of the bat, so it's strike one. Actually, Roberts did make his move, trying to make that bunt attempt when trying to move the bat, so it is a called strike indeed. And one, throw over the first to Hamilton, trying to catch easily stealing. Tried to pick off easily, actually, but to no avail. Mills looking to deal. Runner going. And it's a down low ball. One. Easily able to steal. Puts himself in scoring position with nobody out. Counts now 1-1 on Drew Roberts. Here's the 1-1. And he fouls this one away. It's in foul territory. Is there a chance for Chris Hamilton? No, it's just out of his reach behind the dugout. Counts now 1-2. You've seen shades of clouds and sun here in game 2. See whether or not it continues to affect the batters and the pitchers. Here's the 1-2. A high fastball for ball 2. Count is now 2-2. Drew Roberts. Here's 2-2. And he fouls this one along the left field line right into the UMBC dugout. Count remains 2-2. Drew Roberts trying to work his way well against Jared Milch. Here's the 2-2 again, and this one is grounded over the shortstop. Leutner does make the catch, but there's no chance for him to make the throw over the first in time, and there will be an infield base hit for Drew Roberts. As Easley will make it over the third with nobody out.
The left fielder, number 28, Ian Diaz.
That's a big spot you want to put yourself in when you're able to make a hit like that. The pros, usually a play like that, you're able to barely make the ground out successful, but there in college is probably a different story, and now Ian Diaz will have a chance to start cracking this game open for the Retrievers, despite being down by 3, but nobody's out. The first pitch to Diaz, he fouls it behind him. So 1-1. Ian Diaz, averaging over 400. He is 409 so far this year. Has 3 home runs, 5 stolen bases, with 13 RBIs. The 0-1 to Diaz. Fastball down low in the dirt for ball 1. If Diaz does draw a walk, we'll see whether or not that calls for a mound visit. No telling yet whether or not we'll see a pitching change. Here's the 1-1. He lines this one over to right field. Decker has to let that one go. It's a base hit. And that will allow Easley to move over to home. And we got Roberts moving over to third. It's the RBI single. UMBC cuts it to a 5-3 lead for the Seawolves.
First baseman, number 11, Christian Torres.
So now UMBC is starting to find themselves a little room in this game. 3 hits so far for the first 3 batters, and now Christian Torres is up, who drew a walk his last time up. No mound visit yet, after we saw one a little while ago from Jared Milch. Starting to get pretty ugly here, especially with the clouds and the weather starting to be affected a little. 5 hits now for the Retrievers. It's the first pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 1. Torres is 0 for 1 today. His first at-bat was a ground out to shortstop. Now for the 0-1 runner going. There's a line grounder over to right field. That's another base hit. In the hole, Roberts able to score, allowing Diaz to move over to third. And once again, it's another RBI single. The man on first and third with nobody out. UMBC has cut the deficit now to 1, has been able to crack open with 4 consecutive base hits. Matt Senk will come out to the mound, and we'll see whether or not this does indeed end the day for Jared Milch. So it looks like there were opportunities for Jared Milch when he was able to force strikes on the batters' open holes that UMBC was able to find. So still with nobody out, that will call for now a new pitching change. So we will have Kyle Johnson coming to the mound in relief for Jared Milch. Stony Brook still up 5-4, but the Retrievers, the one on third right now is Diaz, who is 90 feet away from tying the game up at 5. It's going to take a miracle for Stony Brook at this rate to try and get out of this inning and maintain their lead. It's not been looking pretty to start this inning for Jared Milch. Jared Milch now gets himself set up, looking to tune up with Shane Paradigm. So we'll get going with the final stats for Jared Milch today. He finishes up the day after throwing for 5 innings. 5 innings, he threw 94 pitches, has allowed 2 walks, made 4 strikeouts, allowing 6 hits and 4 runs, while allowing 3 unearned runs. Johnson will try to get things clean for Jared Milch in any way that he can. Kyle Johnson, the junior, has been seeing some relief time over this past season. The junior from Selden, New York, went to Newfield High School. He earned his first career save back on March 12th in a win against Central Connecticut State. In his last time up, back on April 9th against UMass Lowell, he went through 2 1/3 of an inning, allowing an earned run, striking out 4, and allowing a home run off of it. Was that huge win for Stony Brook that they were able to keep it close against UMass Lowell? We'll see whether or not Kyle Johnson has the ability to get out of trouble here.
And for the Retrievers, the right fielder, number 10, Michael Cilio.
So Michael Cilio is up to bat, and we'll see if he can try and continue to blow the game open for the Retrievers. He flew out to right his last time up, and if he flew out again, that would allow Diaz to go home on a sacrifice fly. But that's the last thing Seawolves want. It's going to be hard to try and give Jared Milch the win after he was looking good at first, but then giving up 2 runs in both the 3rd and the 6th inning here. Big spots. Now Kyle Johnson will see if he can try and work his way out of Jared Milch's trouble. First pitch to Celia. The curveball down the middle for a called strike. 0-1. That's the type of start that Johnson is hoping for, as he'll look to try and settle himself a little more with more time usually than we've seen Jared Milch try to go quickly with his pitches today. The 0-1 runner going, swing and a miss. The throw over to second is in time for an out. So double damage on that. Strike 2 on the swing and a miss on Cilio, and Torres is caught stealing. So now 1 away. That was just a great throw from Shane Paradigm. That's the second time today that the Seawolves have caught a man trying to steal. Now Diaz is the only one at the bases. Here's the 0-2, and the fastball just down low for ball 1. Imagine something like that. Kyle Johnson with a chance here to try and get a spot. Getting more than he bargained for, hopefully. Diaz looking at third. Here's the throw, and the fastball way outside for ball 2.
Ready to fire, come on.
Cilio is working his way, trying to keep himself at bat for as long as he can. Here's the 2-2. And the curveball down low for ball 3. Counts now full.
Something good here, kid. Come on.
Kyle Johnson was ahead of Cilio 0-2, and now Cilio has forced it into a full count after the curveballs and fastball on the outside corner. It's made either way going here on this next pitch. On the full count. Here's the throw, and he fouls it behind him going into University Field for a foul ball. Count remains full.
Come on.
Kyle Johnson looking to try and get that strikeout. Full count pitch again. Here's the throw. And the fastball got him looking. And Celio is frozen. He is out for the first strikeout for Kyle Johnson today. 2 away.
Nolan Charlton.
Big spot right there. Paradigm able to catch Torres stealing, and now a strikeout from Kyle Johnson to Celio, and now Charlton is up to bat. He grounded into a double play his last time up. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Kyle Johnson has a big chance here to keep the Seawolves ahead. A base hit would make it a tie game. Here's the 0-1, the curveball, and he fouls it away behind him, out of play. Count is now 0-2. See whether or not Kyle Johnson gets out this inning cleanly. We'll see if he has any more chances from his coach in Matt Sink after this. 3:35 right now in the East Coast. Stony Brook up 5-4 with the game-tying run for UMBC at third. 0-2, and he grounds it away on a foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Luke Bellinger would be up to bat next. Should there be a chance for Charlton to try and tie the game? Kyle Johnson with 7 bat pitches so far. Here's the 0-2, and the curveball down low for ball 1. Johnson has been trying to work hard so far here in the bottom on the top of the 6th inning for Jared Milch, after Jared Milch left the man on first and third, allowing 2 runs with nobody out. Kyle Johnson trying to clean things up. Here's the 1-2. The curveball grounded over to Johnson. He'll get the throw over to Hamilton. The side is retired. And Kyle Johnson is able to clean up Jared Milch's work completely. There's a man on first and third with nobody out. But Paradigm catches Torres stealing. Strikeout on Charlton, and Bellinger grounded out, allows the Seawolves to maintain their 5-4 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Zach Wilson giving you Stony Brook Baseball action live on 9.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook, the longtime home of Seawolves Athletics. Back to Matt in the studio for another break.
And thank you very much, Zach. Back in the studios at WUSB. Okay, so we have, of course, lots of baseball going on all over the place, but in particularly the major leagues, and we do have to bring you some bad news. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and a 2-run homer puts Tampa Bay up on the Yankees by a score of 5-1 now. Yankees having trouble solving the Rays, dating back to last year. Now, the Washington Nationals still a 4-2 lead over the Arizona Diamondbacks in the top of the 7th. At the end of 5, the Blue Jays lead the Royals 3-0. And the Cubs are up on the Atlanta Braves 6-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Toronto and KC will play another game at 6:10. St. Louis and Philly will start at 4:05. The White Sox and Red Sox likewise. 4:07 for Detroit and Oakland. Cleveland and Cincinnati at 4:10. 5:10 Mets in Colorado in the first game, and they play another one after that in Colorado. San Francisco, Miami, 6:10. 7:05 Baltimore and Texas. Pittsburgh and Milwaukee, 7:10 as well. 8:40 for the Dodgers and the Padres. Twins and Angels at 9:07. And the Mariners host the Houston Astros at 9:10. Friendly reminder, sports section tomorrow night. But before that, another doubleheader with these two teams tomorrow afternoon. Let's send it back.
Thanks, Matt. So, we're here at the bottom of the 6th. The first pitch to Paulson was ball 1. And here's the 1-0. A fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. So, as Matt said, we will be back on for Stony Brook baseball action tomorrow for another doubleheader between the Seawolves and the Retrievers. It'll be Jonah Karp and Johnny Wincott giving you all the action as the 1-1 is down in the dirt for ball 2. So Kyle Johnson able to get the Seawolves out of a big hole in the top of the 6th. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. First base umpire says that he did not go around completely, did not break the wrist. Count is now 3-1. After Jared Milch allowed 4 consecutive base hits that gave UMBC 2 runs. The 2-1 now, and a fastball down the middle for a called strike. Count now 3-2. After 4 consecutive base hit from Jarrett Milch, he was called out. Kyle Johnson came in and cleaned it up more than he was expected. Here's the 2-2, and the ball is grounded over to the right field, the open hole for a base hit. And that is what it will go down as. The catch was actually made by Bellinger on the grounder, but could not get the throw over to Torres in time. And it will go down as an infield base hit for Brett Paulson. Almost about to call that one pretty early, but my initial call saying that it was a base hit stood true. So, Paulson over to first, and now you got Stanton Luthner up to bat, who doubled his last time up. So as I was continuing to say in the top of the 6th for Kyle Johnson, had Shane Paradine get the throw over to second to catch Torres stealing, struck out Bellinger, and then got the grounder from Schwartz. First pitch is a fastball down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. UMBC 7-9 this year in conference play. They have a winning record overall, 12-9. The 0-1, swing and a miss on Luthner, strike 2. Johnny Decker up next after Stanton. Johnny Decker has yet to get a base hit today after he didn't play in game 1. Pickoff attempt at first, unsuccessful. 13 combined hits between the Seawolves and the Retrievers so far, 9 combined runs. Stony Brook up 5-4. Paulson at first with nobody out. The 0-2 for Stanton Luthner, another pickoff attempt. And once again, he is safe. Multiple pickoff attempts that we have been witnessing between the Seawolves and the Retrievers here in Game 2. Retrievers trying to force a tie right so far. Now the 0-2 to Luthner, and the curveball on the inside for ball 2. Ball 1, actually. Count is now 1-2. Owen Hamilton is still up to bat. After giving up 4 runs in the bottom of the first, he's been working things smoothly, allowing only 1 run over those last 4 innings. The 1-2, the ball is hacked up over outfield over to center field, and allowed the center fielder easily to make the catch for the first out. So since it was easily, it's an F8.
Johnny Decker.
So Johnny Decker now up to bat. Struck out his last time up. He is 0-2 today. He's trying to look for his first base hit here in this series against the Retrievers. Stony Brook with a home-and-home series next weekend against the NJIT Highlanders. Host him here at Joe Nathan Field on the 24th, then travels across the metropolitan area on the 25th. First pitch upcoming for Decker. Thought about bunt. Ball was right down the middle for a called strike on the fastball. 0-1. There's approximately 5. After this series, there's 5 conference foes left for Stony Brook to face off against. Their chances of getting the top seed are pretty good. The 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Following NJIT next weekend, the weekend after that, they host Binghamton on the weekend of May 8th. Trying to determine who that is. Another pickoff attempt is successful. And they travel to NJIT and Binghamton for their final 2 regular season series. Another pickoff attempt, and once again is another safe. They've been trying to stop Brett Paulson from trying to get a steal. All the feistiness we've been seeing with these pickoff attempts continued to get hot today. Count's still 0-2 on Johnny Decker. Here's the throw, and he grounds this one over to third, and it's dropped immediately by the third baseman. There's no chance as he's unable to make the throw over to first. Decker will be safe at first, as Paulson will move over to second with 1 out.
Number 12, Evan Giordano.
So it looks like with that, waiting to see whether or not that will be a base hit or an E5. As that happens, we have ourselves a mound visit, and we'll see whether or not that will seal the deal for Owen Hamilton today. And it looks like that's it. So, Owen Hamilton's day is indeed done. He'll finish off getting through 5 1/3 of an inning. So waiting on a confirmation of the play, whether or not it's a base hit or an E5. I could say it's an E5 because it was not catched cleanly by the man at third, which was Charlton, of course. So you broke up 5-4 with a man on first and second with one out. We're thinking to see who's going to be the next pitcher here.
Number 31, Joe Nestle.
So as it's heard over the PA, Joe Nestle, the senior, up in relief for Owen Hamilton. So it looks like it is going to be ruled an E5 on the third baseman. That's how it will go. So for Owen Hamilton, his day is done. He finished off with 7 hits, getting 77 pitches down, allowing a walk, getting 4 strikeouts, 5 runs, and 4 earned runs allowed. So as we work on the stats cleanly, Decker, the E5, of course. So now we head ourselves to the top of the batting order as Joe Nestle gets himself all tuned up. Let's see what we can get on this Joe Nestle guy. As I said, he is a senior. He has appeared in 6 games so far this year, starting in 4 actually. So this is his 7th appearance of the season. He has gotten through 17 innings so far and has gotten an ERA of 10.59. He's also been able to strike out 22 batters. Last season for the Retrievers, in his 3 starts, he went 1 of 1 with 16 1/3 of an inning at work, striking out 16, giving up 15 hits. So far this season, along with the 4 starts in the 6 games that he has played so far, he has a 2-0 record. Has allowed 20 hits, 20 earned runs, giving up 16 walks and 22 strikeouts, along with 3 home runs. This would be a spot for the Seawolves to try and take advantage of, especially now that the top of the batting order is up. Evan Giordano, who walked his last time up and was caught stealing, trying to get over to second. Just wasn't fast enough to try and beat out the fielding of the Retrievers. Stony Brook still up 5-2. 5-4 actually. Quite a lot of runs were scored just recently in the top of the 6th by the Retrievers. We are in the second half of the game 2. First pitch from Nestle, over to Giordano, the ball goes behind Ryan, and now allow both runners to advance to second and third. So the first pitch for Joe Nestle does not go the way he wanted it to. And a wild pitch allowing Paulson to move to third and Decker to move over to second. A base hit here can now bring in 2 runs. We'll see if that's how Stony Brook is able to make that response. It's up to Giordano to try and do that. The 1-0. The fastball down low for ball 2. After Giordano, Chris Hamilton will be up next to bat. Big spot, as I said, for the Seawolves because of where they are right now in the batting order. The 2-0 to Giordano, and the fastball down low for ball 3. The ERA for Joe Nestle this year, can be quite a problem when trying to strike out batters. Yeah, 16 strikeouts so far this year, so that's not too bad. Here's the 3-0. The down low ball 4. And Giordano will walk. Bases are loaded with 1 out. 4-pitch walk. With Giordano at first, Paulson at third, and Johnny Decker at second. So we'll see what Chris Hamilton is capable of here, if he can try and force another walk that could lead to a run, or if he can get a base hit that could pretty much bring things wide open. Right versus lefty. First pitch to Hamilton. The fastball in the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. So the biggest strength here for Joe Nestle is going to be how he's been able to strike out 16 batters so far this year. And the strikeouts will be big here. 349 East Coast. Stony Brook up 5-4. Bases loaded with 1 out. And 1-0 is a fly ball out to left field. Diaz is going to be under it. And Paulson ready to go move over to third. And he's going to be able to beat the ball. The sacrifice fly brings home Paulson. And it's 6-4 Stony Brook. So Hamilton able to do his part by being able to bring in at least a run, even though he was called out. But getting the run was pretty much the biggest part of them all. So Stony Brook gets his lead back up to 2, and now John Tuccillo is up to bat with a man on first and second with 2 out. Tuchillo was hit by Owen Hamilton his last time up. First pitch to Tuchillo. The curveball down low for ball one. Stony Brook was hoping to try and get a few more runs in, but getting at least one when you have a good lead is something. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike one. You probably hear a lot of fan commotion here today. It's nice that we have fans back here at Joe Nathan Field. We've been seeing fans come back very recently. For Joe Nesto, here's the 1-1. The fastball on the outside corner for ball two. Ryan had to move to try and make that catch. Count on Tuchillo is now 2-1. Giordano at first. Evan Fox at second. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Tuchillo trying to take some cracks at those swings. Not down what he wanted it to be. Looking to try and get those hits off of it. Joe averaging 247 this year. Now the 2-2. And Esso stopped at the last second, taking a look over at Fox. It's 3:51 right now. Stony Brook up 6-4 with a man on first and second with two out. Here's the 2-2, runners going, and a swing and a miss, and it's a foul ball actually, so both runners will have to go back. So there is actually only one out, pardon my mistake, because it all started off with, trying to determine how it all started off with. We know there was a sacrifice fly for Chris Hamilton. 2-2, runners going again, and did it hit Tuchillo? It did. It actually hit the bat. Tuchillo had to move, and he goes over to first, and that will retire the side. So it was 2 outs at that point. That will take us to the bottom of the 7th. A sacrifice fly off of Chris Hamilton, bringing home Brett Paulson. Stony Brook extends their lead 6-4. We now head to the 7th innings. Stony Brook leading by 2. We'll step aside for a second. Stony Brook Baseball action live on 9.1 FM WSB Stony Brook, the longtime home of Seawolves Athletics. Zach Wilson on the call. Back to Matt we go.
And back in the studios of WSB, Matt Mankiewicz here. And guess what? The Yankees have narrowed the lead on the Tampa Bay Rays. It's now 5-3. Aaron Judge with a big hit in the bottom of the 7th. That's where we are now. Washington, the Nationals, have extended their lead against the Arizona Diamondbacks in the top of the 8th. They now lead at 5-2. Toronto, they did the same thing. They extended their lead on the Royals. They're up 4-0, bottom 6. The Cubs still 6-0 over the Atlanta Braves in the bottom of the 5th. St. Louis and Philly just about to get underway. Same thing with the Red Sox and the White Sox, and the Tigers and A's. 6-10, you got to wait for the second game between Toronto and KC. Cleveland and Cincinnati, they're going to be underway in a little bit. The Mets and Colorado Rockies, they're still more than an hour away for Game 1, and Game 2 will follow immediately after in Colorado, and they clear the snow. The Giants and Marlins, Orioles and Rangers, Pirates and Brewers, Dodgers and Padres, Twins and Angels, Astros and Mariners round out the Major League Baseball schedule. Let's send it back to Zach.
Thanks, Matt. So, we now head to the top of the 7th inning here at Joe Nathan Field. Stony Brook got a sacrifice fly run off of Chris Hamilton that brought home Brett Paulson. They now retake a 6-4 lead. So, we now get ourselves rolling here in the top of the 7th inning with UMBC back up to bat, getting themselves in a 2 spot, forcing Jared Mills to end his day, but bringing in Kyle Johnson, who was able to cleanly take care of the problem. With a man on first and third and nobody out, it started off with Paradigm going to second, being able to catch Torres stealing, then striking out Bellinger, and afterwards forcing a ground out on Schwartz. which actually on towards Cecilia than Charlton. And the first pitch over to Bellinger is a fly out over the center field. It's in no man's land. Somebody's got to make the catch, and they do. It's John LaRocca for out number 1 on the first pitch. So I had a mistake before. It was Celio that was called out on strikes on Kyle Johnson, and Charlton that grounded out to Johnson. That allowed Kyle Johnson to get out of trouble that Jared Milch found himself in. So, one away, we now find ourselves with a pinch hitter. And the first pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Instead of Schwartz here, for UMBC, is Luke Thriel, who started back in game 1. The 0-1 is now 0-2 on a called strike. It's all part of the pinch hitting situation here for the Retrievers. The 0-2, check swing, did he go around? Yes, he did. And it's a strikeout for Kyle Johnson. That's his second of the day. 2 away. And already that. 2 away. Going quickly. So now Jake Ryan is up to bat. Ryan grounded out his last time up, out over the third. The first pitch, curveball down low for ball 1. Now the 1-0. The fastball that goes down low in the dirt for ball 2. We've seen how Kyle Johnson has looked spectacular. Is not allowed to hit yet. He's trying to get through this inning too. Here's a 2-0. He grounds this one along the left field line, and this will be a foul ball. Count now 2-1. Jake Ryan 0-2 today in the catcher spot. He struck out also in his first at-bat. Now the 2-1 from Johnson. The curveball down low for ball 3. Jake Ryan, if he gets on base on the walk, he could use that as a starting point to try and put a little momentum back into UMBC's side. It seems like they had momentum after the end of the top of the 6th inning. Here's a 3-1, and he hits this ball out to center field. LaRocca right under that one, and moves a little to make the catch, and that will retire the side. A quick 1-2-3 inning from Kyle Johnson. We enter ourselves into the 7th inning stretch. Quick, easy one for Kyle Johnson, and the Seawolves maintain their 6-4 lead. We now head to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Joe Nathan Field. We're going to step aside for another quick minute. Zach Wilson on the call, giving you Stony Brook baseball action live on 90.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook. We'll go back to Matt in the studio for more updates.
Well, time to get up and stretch, folks, but I can't do it. I'm sitting here at the desk and going to get you up to date on some scores. And first of all, the games that we're watching very closely. We're now in the top of the 8th. Tampa Bay got out of the inning, still with a 5-3 lead over the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Nationals still have their 5-2 lead over the Arizona Diamondbacks in the middle of the 8th. After 6, KC got on the board against the Toronto Blue Jays. It's now 4-1 in favor of the Jays. The Cubs did extend their lead eventually. It's now 8-0 over the Braves in the bottom of the 5th. St. Louis and Philly still minutes away. Same thing with the White Sox and Red Sox. Same thing with the Tigers and A's. Same thing with the Indians and the Reds. Got to wait till 6:10 for the second game between the Jays and the Royals, though. The Mets, they have a twilighter against Colorado Rockies in Colorado. They cleared the snow, so they will play too, starting at 5:10. 6:10, you got the Giants and the Marlins, the Orioles and the Rangers at 7:05. Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, Dodgers and Padres, Twins and Angels, Astros and Mariners round up the schedule. Let's send it back.
Thank you very much, Matt. So we return now to Joe Nathan Field here for the bottom of the 7th inning. The Seawolves are up 6-4. Kyle Johnson coming in for relief of Jared Milch has been looking really hot so far, not allowing a hit after he had to pick up Jared Milch's work with a man on first and third and nobody out, not allowing a run in that regard. So, ever since then, Stony Brook has been able to capitalize on a run to sacrifice fly the last inning, and now Shane Paradine will be up to bat. He popped up to shortstop his last time up, and the first pitch to Paradine is a fastball on the outside for ball 1. Joe Nessel still in as the relief pitcher for the Retrievers, trying to work through a little more trouble, trying to limit the Seawolves' runs here in the stretch. The 1-0 is down low from the ball 2. Shane Paradine, 0-2 today. His first at-bat featured being hit by a pitch. Evan Fox is up on deck. Now the 2-0 from Nessel, and the check swing, he went around. It's called strike, 2-1. He did break the wrist even though the bat was kind of still behind. It's all about breaking the wrist that matters the most whenever you're trying to take a little crack at the ball. 2-1. The ball goes behind Ryan, the catcher, and that will go down as a ball. So, the count's now 3-1. Stony Brook with one of his most successful starts into conference in program history, seeing themselves at 12-1 in the America East. Here's the 3-1. The fastball on the outside, and Paradine thought that was going to be ball 4, but instead, it's a called strike that catches a whiff of the strike zone. Count now full. You could say that Paradine was frozen, but he was moving because he thought that he was going, so we'll see how that plays out differently. Now here's a full count pitch, and he grounds this one over to the pitcher, picked up on a high one by Nessel. He'll take the throw over to first, and that will take out Paradine. 1-3, it goes down as 1 away. So now Evan Fox is up to bat. He was hit by a pitch his last time up, made it as far as second base. So Stony Brook still leading the Retrievers 6-4, looking to try and sweep UMBC today after they got their Game 1 win against them with a 3-2 win. First pitch is down low on the fastball to Fox for ball 1. The fourth at-bat for Evan Fox today. His last one was hit by a pitch, and his first two got the first on fielder's choice and made all the way home. The 1-0 swing and a miss after he was sliding a little. Goes for a strike, count now 1-1. One and one coming up. Here's the throw. And he grounds this one over to third. Picked up cleanly by Charlton. Gets the throw over to first. Keeps it from going in the dirt. Torres does. And that'll go down as a 5-3 with a ground out. 2 away.
Number 4, John LaRocca.
LaRocca now out to bat. Singled his last time up. So Stony Brook and UMBC after this matchup, they will play each other again and will be down in Baltimore the weekend of May 15th. And by then we may start to see who's going to be the top seed in the America East tournament. So the first pitch to LaRocca, and he hits this ball out deep to center field. Easily is under it, near the warning track, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Joe Nesto is able to go on a 1-2-3 inning, and that will end the 7th inning. So we will now move to the 8th inning, where things are starting to get pretty dicey. Stony Brook leading UMBC 6-4 with probably 2 innings left to go. And you're listening to the Stony Brook Baseball Live on the longtime home of Seawolves Athletics. 90.1 FM, WUSB, Stony Brook. Zach Wilson giving you all the action. Let's go back to Matt in the studio for more updates.
As we get to the 4 o'clock hour, and of course, you're either listening on 90.1 FM, 107.3 FM, or at WUSB.FM, or on the TuneIn app, wherever you're listening. Friendly reminder, late in the game, it is Radiothon. And it is a semi-annual fundraiser for WUSB. And we do like to appeal to our sports listeners and also remind them that there's a lot more than sports going on WUSB. So please keep it on, okay? Enjoy some Afro-Cuban music after the show, after this game, and continuing on, Reggae Mag Vibes, the works, all the way through Saturday, but also continuing on to Sunday with Jazz on the Air. Unfortunately, that's going to get stepped on by another doubleheader between these two teams, but you get to enjoy that too. So, in any case, let's take a look very quickly at what the Yankees are up to. And it is still 5-3 in the top of the 8th, so they haven't batted yet. Mets in Colorado. They cleared the snow. They're going to play 2. Let's send it back.
Thanks, Matt. So, We now head to the 8th inning here at Joe Nathan Field. Seawolves are up 6-4. Kyle Johnson still at the mound. And we got the top of the batting order. Christian Easley, the first pitch to him. He fouls it behind him. Count 0-1. UMBC trying to gain a little momentum after they're coming off of their conference series win at home against the Hartford Hawks. Taking 3 of 4 from the team from Connecticut. Here's the 0-1. The curveball down low for ball 1. Christian Easley got a base hit his last time up, stole second, and made it all the way home. After this, Seawolves will be heading to NJIT, while for the Retrievers, they themselves will be heading back home as they will be taking on the Binghamton Bearcats. Counts 2-1 now on the curveball that went down low. Here's 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Kyle Johnson trying to keep up his success in relief of Jared Milch. If he continues to keep the Retrievers scoreless throughout the last 2 innings, and he is going to give Jared Milch the win, which would have been very hard to see. Here's the 2-2. The curveball got him looking. Christian Easley frozen on that play as Johnson deals with the strikeout. 1 down. Big spot for Kyle Johnson. He's been wheeling and dealing here by being able to rack up 3 strikeouts in relief so far. One of the stud pitchers from the bullpen so far this season. So now Drew Roberts is up to bat, singled his last time up. First pitch to Roberts is a fastball down low for ball 1. Now for the 0-1-0. The fastball that goes down low again. Counts 2-0. Game is still pretty close between the Retrievers and the Seawolves. There's a chance for UMBC to get back in it, but they need to start racking up some hits. Here's a 2-0. The fastball on the outside corner, called strike 2-1. Drew Roberts nearly swung at that one and kept himself back, but did not change the fact that was caught away from the strike zone. The counts 2-1. Johnson getting ready. Here's the windup and the throw, and the fastball on the inside corner for ball 3. Almost looked like a strike. Almost looked like he made a call away for the inside corner too, but saw that it was further inside, close to Roberts. The count's now 3-1. Here's the throw, and he pops this one out to left field. That's going to be in no man's land. Moves over to center. Somebody's going to make the catch, and they will, and that will be courtesy of Evan Fox. 2 down.
The left fielder, number 28, Ian Diaz.
So now Ian Diaz will come up to bat after the first 2 batters that starts the batting order for Retrievers went down on Kyle Johnson. Ian Diaz singled his last time up and made it as far as third base, was stranded. Stranded by Kyle Johnson back in the top of the 6th inning. Here's first pitch to Diaz, the curveball. He hits the one, fielded out to center field. Larocco's under this one. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. A quick 1-3 inning again for Kyle Johnson, and that could be a big moment right there. As we now head to the bottom of the 8th inning, Seawolves guaranteed that they'll be up by at least 2. Up 6-4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Top of the hour right now. It's 4:08 right now. We'll take another short break. Zach Wilson on the call, giving you Stony Brook baseball action live on 9.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook. Back to Matt we go for more updates.
Okay, Zach, back in the studios at WSB, Matt Mankiewicz here. We do have a side story that we are following with the Yankees. Catcher Gary Sanchez exited in the 5th inning of Saturday's game against the Rays, 1 inning after he sustained a contusion to his right index and middle fingers when he was hit by a foul tip. X-rays are negative, and he's day-to-day. Randy Arozarena tipped the ball that struck Sanchez's throwing hand, which was exposed between his legs with no runners on base. Sanchez was in obvious pain, but remained in the game, taking his turn at bat in the home half of the 4th inning. He flew out to center field and was replaced by backup catcher Kyle Higashioka. Now, quick look at the game. We're now in the bottom of the 8th. It's now still 5-3 in favor of Tampa Bay. The Cubs, they've extended their lead over the Atlanta Braves. It's now 11-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Diamondbacks got on the board, now trail the Nationals 6-2 at the end of 8. Toronto leads KC 5-1, top 7. Bunch of games getting underway at the 4 o'clock hour. Let's send it back.
Leading off for the Seawolves,
Thank you very much, Matt. And we have some breaking news as well. A few days ago, Isaiah Dingle entered the transfer portal, and now, just a few hours ago, it was announced that Anastasia Warren has entered the transfer portal as well. This is really part of the Caroline McCombs effect after she took a new job at George Washington. We are probably going to be witnessing a huge clean slate for the women's basketball team next season. The first pitch to Brett Paulson is a grounder over to third. Charlton picks it up to throw over the first for out number 1. So this could have been a Stony Brook women's basketball team that may have been looking like they could have had a chance to win the American East Title next season, but that could probably change as we are probably going to witness something wildly different next season. The same way that we witnessed it with the men's basketball team after they won the American East Championship for the first time in school history. So off of that 5-3, Stanton Luthner comes up and he'll bunt it. Picked up by Nestle. He'll take the throw over to Torres and he'll be out as well for out number 2.
Right fielder, number 9, Johnny.
So some quick action already between both teams now. Paulson and Luthner already struck out pretty quickly. And now we get to the bottom of the batting order. He made it to first this last time up. The first pitch, down low for ball 1. So guaranteed they will be up by 2 when they enter the top of the 9th inning. Down 2 out, a 1-0 is a swing and a miss on Decker. Count now 1-1. All the Stony Brook news hitting you pretty much like a fastball and all the pitches that you can probably witness. The 1-1, down low for ball 2. Pretty much here, all the enthusiasm and the reactions from both sides here, giving all what they want. So now it's 2-1 for the count. Johnny Decker and the fastball down low for a called strike. Count now 2-2. Stony Brook is looking to try and get some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th inning as they already lead by 2. Here's the 2-2. Fastball down low for ball 3. Counts now full. Top of the batting order would be up next for Evan Giordano. And for UMBC, they'll have to go with the heart of their batting order in trying and deal with what they can against Kyle Johnson if he's still going to be on the mound. Full count, here's the throw, and a swing and a miss. Strike 3 is called, and that will quickly retire the side. So Joe Nestle able to go down 1-2-3 as we now get ourselves to the biggest part of the game, the top of the 9th inning. Stony Brook up by 2, and we'll see how this game is going to end, if it ends or if UMBC is able to go ahead or tie the game up. Find out when we come back. Zach Wilson on the call, giving you Stony Brook baseball action live on 90.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook.
Back in the studios of WUSB, Matt Mankiewicz here. Time to get you up to date on a few America East scores. And we do, of course, have one in women's lacrosse. UMBC beat Vermont by a score of 11-8 earlier today. Continuing on in baseball. See if we can get you here. We have Hartford beating NJIT 14-9. And see if we can get you up to date on Maine and Hartford. Top third, no score. And continuing on, top 6, Binghamton leads NJIT in the second game 1-0. As we continue on, we got to take a look at the Yankees. At the end of 8, it is 5-3, still in favor of the Rays. Earlier today, the Rangers took on the New Jersey Devils, beat them 6-3 at the Garden. And games going on in the NHL. Pittsburgh leads Buffalo 1-0. Ottawa over Montreal 1-0. Both, well, actually, second period for Pitt and Buffalo, but we'll send it back.
Thank you, Matt. So we're now at the top of the 9th inning as Christian Torres is up. The first pitch was a 1-0, and the 1-0 is a fastball down the middle for a called strike. Count is now 1-1. Here at the top of the ninth inning, Kyle Johnson is still at the mound, looking to try and end this game. Here's the 1-1, the curveball up high for ball 2. Kyle Johnson already got his first career save early this season against Central Connecticut State, and he's looking to try and get save number 2 here in this game. And trying to give Jared Milch the win as well if he can. The 2-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. A big miss. Torres singled his last time up and was caught stealing afterwards. He's looked pretty good today, going 1 of 2. In the second at-bat, he was walked 2-2, and he flies this one out to center field. LaRocco right near the warning track, moving away for it, and against the clouds, makes the catch for out number 1. LaRocco has been dealing a lot with being able to make those fly-out catches, and that looks to be his 4th here in game 2. It's been very essential to try and get those flyouts, and now, with out number 1, here is Michael Cilio, who struck out against Johnson his last time up. The first pitch, he flies this one out to center field as well. This one's going to be inside more. And we got Paulson moving back to make the catch for the second out, and now the Retrievers are down to their final strike. That will go down as a pop-up since Brett Paulson made the catch. And now we got a pinch hitter in for UMBC, and it's number 30, Dylan Wilkinson. Last gasp of hope for the Retrievers here in this. The first pitch is a curveball down the middle for a called strike. 0-1. Kyle Johnson not allowing any runs or hits after Jared Milch's day. The 0-1, the curveball on the outside corner for ball 1. Stony Brook dugout almost thought that they had a crucial strike right there. Count is now 1-1. Here's the 1-1, the curveball down low for a called strike, 1-2, and now the Retrievers are down to their final strike. Kyle Johnson looking to try and complete this game. Here it comes, the 1-2, high fastball up high for ball 2. Wilkinson being able to recognize that that wasn't necessary to try and chase. He's able to keep himself at the plate. Now the 2-2. Curveball got him looking. Strike 3 is called. The ball game is over. Kyle Johnson gets his second save of his career. Jared Milch is credited with the win. And coming in relief of Jared Milch, Johnson is able to preserve Stony Brook's lead. And the Seawolves complete game 1 of this weekend series against the UMBC Retrievers with a doubleheader sweep. They take down the Retrievers in game 2, 6-4. They got themselves down really fast after the combined work of Jared Milch and Kyle Johnson gets Stony Brook through this game. It got them the huge win, which was pretty much nail-biters in both games today. Stony Brook won game 1 by 1. They win game 2 here by 2. Sam Turcotte went all the way in with a complete game back in game 1 with 7 innings. And here today, Jared Milch, he did no runs were allowed after he gave up the last one, gave up UMBC's last run. So, because of that, Jared Milch will be credited with his 3rd win of the season. Stony Brook moving over to 17-8 this year. They improved their conference record to 13-1. Batting was really showing in this game between both teams. 13 combined hits with 10 combined runs. And it was Stony Brook that was able to use that early 4 spot in the bottom of the first inning that pretty much set the tone for how they were able to maintain their lead today. So let's get you going in with some final stats for what happened here in game 2. John LaRocca and Brett Paulson both had a couple of hits, while the runs were spread out evenly 6 between Giordano, Hamilton, Tuccillo, Fox, Paulson, and Luthner. For pitching for Stony Brook, Jared Milch finished up his day with 5 innings pitched, allowing 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and striking out 4. For Kyle Johnson, he practically went no-hitter in his own way. In the 4 innings he played, getting 42 pitches down, did not allow any hits, runs, or walks, striking out 4. One of the most impressive relief performances for Kyle Johnson in his career, definitely worthy of his second career save-out. On the UMBC side, Owen Hamilton finished up the day by going 5 in the third inning, by going through 77 innings pitched, 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned runs, a walk allowed, while striking out 4. Joe Nestle coming in afterwards, he didn't allow any runs or hits, but he did allow a walk and got a strikeout in 2 and 2/3 innings that he pitched, along with 31 pitches that he got through. The one with the most runs was Christian Easley with 2. The RBIs were spread out evenly, 3 from Ian Diaz, Christian Torres, and Easley. So that'll just about do it. Stony Brook now moving to 13-1 in the conference. UMBC falls to 7-10. Both teams will face each other again tomorrow here at Joe Nathan Field. Start time once again at noon. Jonah Karp and Johnny Wincup will be on the call here on 90.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook. But for now, we are going to sign off. Thank you for listening today on what turned out to be a nice nail-biter for both games today. Stony Brook able to hold on and win both of them. They take down UMBC in Game 1 3-2 and win Game 2 6-4. Zach Wilson giving you Stony Brook baseball action live on 90.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and enjoy the rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen.